Nope, I didn't start the video. Uh, yeah, it was great just to have Yvette and C there with us and get that kind of support. So Wednesday rolls around. Me and the kids decided that it's time for a little bit of fun, and we headed over to Valeni Beach Water Park. It's a pretty neat little place. It's very small, but there's, I think, like 5 or 6 pretty big slides there, and a little kiddie area. There's a video of Ryan going down one of the slides. It was great because there wasn't a lot of people there, and it was easy to keep him safe. And then we headed to Midland Wednesday night after the kids were totally exhausted. Stayed with one of my buddies there, Mitch Wood. Thanks Mitch Wood for letting us stay with him. It was nice to have a midway point between Austin and El Paso. It's quite a long drive. I will say one thing though, is that El Paso is one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to in the state of Texas. It's definitely worth going to. The mountains there are beautiful, and they've painted all the roadways different colors. It's just pretty. And the mountains, kids had never seen mountains before, so that was good for them to experience what a mountain looks like. Got there Thursday, checked into the hotel. Had a lot of hotel issues on this trip. We got there right about check-in time, and they didn't have a room ready for us. 2 hours go by, and finally we get a room. No big deal. We played in the pool a lot of the time, and kids loved it. It was nice and cool too. It's about 70 degrees the whole time I was there, and whenever you're used to high 90s, low hundreds, and near 100% humidity, getting a little break from that is fantastic. So Friday, we woke up early. We had the interview at 8 with KVIA. It's a news station there in El Paso. They were wonderful. I think we got 4 or 5 selfies there. Did the story. I haven't seen that story either yet. I know that it's out there, but I've just been super busy. One thing is that this is not a job for me. This is all volunteer. I don't get paid to do any of this. Nobody does. It's all just because we love Ryan and we want to make sure that he's safe and happy. So did the morning interview, and right after that we stopped by some friend's house, talked with them for a while. Frances and her daughter Bella. Bella has the de novo mutation as well, and she's, I think, mid-20s. I'm not sure. I don't want to make her mad. Love you, Bella. But she's awesome. She was actually interviewed by KVIA also about 2 years ago. She's, I think, in her last year of nursing school now, so she's going to be able to help families, just being part of the healthcare community is a pretty amazing thing. It's a self-sacrifice, basically. So I commend her for being able to stick it out, especially with the diagnosis such as VEDS. It's quite a challenge, I'd imagine. But their family is actually one of the first families that I've ever met from Texas. And I hold them close to my heart because it's just nice to know that there's other people out there suffering from the same thing my son is, and they've been able to hold it together, and it's tough to do that sometimes. So after we got done with the interview, the kids and I headed off to Carlsbad Caverns. I'll post some of the pictures from there. Carlsbad's a pretty awesome place. We got there kind of late. It was around 4, and the last tour is like 4:30. So we were getting there kind of late, but luckily the bats, there's 3-toed bats from Mexico that come and roost in the summer at Carlsbad. So we were able to, the kids really wanted to see the bats and watch the bats fly out of the cave at night. So we stuck around until 7 for that. Well, the bats, they don't have a clock, so it took them another hour and a half before they decided to fly. So we were sitting in Carlsbad for a while. After that, we decided, well, I was planning on driving to Abilene that day, but got held back. I was worn out. The kids were beat. Stopped in a hotel in Hobbs, New Mexico, of all places, which my grandfather and grandmother actually lived in Hobbs, New Mexico. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Hobbs is, I don't know, it's just Hobbs. And the hotel that we booked, I called them about 30 minutes before I got there, see if they had a room. They said they had one more left, and got there, checked in, took a shower, and the kids were already asleep. I drug them in, carried them in the house, and next thing I know, the smoke alarms start going off, and it was so loud you could barely hear yourself think. Plus there was this bright light that was just boom, 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 boom. I knew pretty quickly that, we got to get out of here. Get out of there, and next thing I know, they're like, oh, it's just a false alarm, everything's okay, you can go back to your room. Go in there, and well, what it was that the system had malfunctioned, so there was no way to shut off the fire alarm. So I packed up the bags after the second time it happened, and we got out of there, found another hotel in the area, luckily, because at that time it was about 12:30 at night. Woke up the next morning, and I texted Cameron Rocket, president of Aggies for Ions Challenge. Got the number for I can't remember his name right now. I'd have to look it up. It's a reporter in KTAB there in Abilene. And luckily KTAB and KRBC have the same station, so we were able to get some selfies with them. I posted it online. Next thing I know, Fox 15 News there in Abilene / San Angelo, a reporter there contacted me via Twitter or Instagram, something like that, and wanted to do an interview. She had been following us for a while. One of her friends, or sister or cousin, goes to Sam Houston. She's an alum at Sam Houston, so as soon as she saw that we were in town, they wanted to do an interview, and I can't thank them enough for that. So we did one last interview Sunday evening. So in 6 days we did 3 interviews, 3 different stations, straight west of College Station, where we're based, and it was a great experience. I'd say that we're getting the word out there. We're being as loud as we possibly can. And it's something that we just have to do. I have really no other choice if I want to see Ryan live a healthy life, is I just have to get up there and be loud. So that's what we're aiming to do. And this Selfies for Ryan is actually working out really well. I think we've done 8, 9 interviews on television so far in the past 3 months. We've done radio, been in the newspaper. Things are going great. Carolyn says it's going to be on Fox tonight. They're in Abilene. So if you're in Abilene and you have a TV, look it up. Let me know how it goes. I'm sure they'll have it on the web pretty quickly after that. So I look forward to seeing that. Don't know how great the third interview was. I was pretty beat at that point. Taking care of 2 kids on the road by yourself can wear you out pretty well. And not having your own bed. I have decided that next time we go out, that we're going to have to do it in an RV. There's just no possible way I'm going to put my kids through that much stress of going from hotel to hotel. It's not fair to them and wears me out pretty bad. Having our own vehicle to live in / drive around in would be a heck of a lot easier. So that's probably our next fundraising option right there, is to see if we can raise enough money to get a Ryan's Challenge selfie RV and take this thing national, because we've got organizations from coast to coast that are willing to do selfies, and usually that turns into an interview once they hear the full story. So getting the word out there, spreading awareness like this I don't remember exactly how we came up with this idea. I think it might have been Taffy, actually. Taffy, was it you that came up with the idea, or was it the students? Are you listening anymore? So I think it was the students, but it might have been Taffy. That's one thing that me and my mother-in-law, it's a really odd combination we have there. Me and my mother-in-law have become really good friends, and we're both working at this together it was Taffy. So Taffy came up with the idea. We knew it was something that, had the potential to catch on, and we just had to implement it and see, how big of wheels we can get. And right now it seems like it's got the potential to pick up some steam, and every reporter that I talk to about it, they're like, yeah, it's a fantastic idea to raise awareness, One thing is that the reporters, those are who brings awareness to the country. So getting with them and getting them on our team it's really beneficial. It's beneficial in a lot of ways. And it's beneficial to everybody that has vets or is a caregiver or just a family member. So getting the word out there is huge, and we'll see how far it takes us. Anybody got any questions? I know somebody's got a question. Mitch, you got a question? Taffy. Trying to think of anything else. Guess try to figure out how to get an RV. We don't need anything big. One thing that I do want to do though is Reagan, my daughter, she's in a lot of the pictures. She's turning 6 on the 23rd of this month. So anybody in the Bryan College Station area that has a 6 or nearly 6-year-old is more than welcome to come. We're having it at Adamson's Lagoon, I believe. Don't hold me to that right now, but I'll post it on my personal page. Because we've been so busy, it's been really tough to get friends for Reagan, and she's definitely feeling, a little bit neglected because of all the time and energy that me and Katie have put into Ryan and Ryan's challenge and work and everything else. So definitely want to have a nice big birthday party for Reagan and let her know that she's loved just as much as Ryan is. Any events scheduled in the BCS area in the next couple months? I do need to sign up for First Friday again. I've kind of neglected that. Next trip, right now, the one thing that we're working on, and there's a student organization on the A&M campus that's going to help us out with this. They're actually going to put it all on for us because, I'm busy with all sorts of other stuff. So getting with those student organizations has been huge for us in raising funds. But it's, what's the name of the organization? Happy, do you remember what the name of the organization? Oh, now my brain is not going to work. Anyway, we're going to have, for the first time in the BCS, a scooter rally. I don't know of any other organization that has done this yet, but there is a huge population of students that ride scooters now. It's kind of the new in thing is to have a scooter. So we're going to have a scooter rally, and I believe that's going to be in November, sometime around Ryan's birthday, I believe. But the date's not ironed out yet, and we're still working on all that. Next. Thanks. Good idea. What's good idea, Taffy? Which one? Oh, wait. When is the next trip? Well, the next trip's going to be after we get an RV, because I'm not going to go out again without having a bed that I'm used to. So we're going to go and talk to the RV station, and I can't remember the other ones right now. Let me look it up. And see if they might be able to, RV Source, and see if they might be able to help us out, find us a good, reliable vehicle that me and Ryan can take out. Reagan's starting school. She's in first grade, starting on Thursday. So we're going to continue the selfie tour. It's probably going to take us a month before we can get everything up and running. And I want to schedule an event or a news station basically starting here and going to the East Coast. Probably going to stay in the southern part of the States, but who knows, it might take off and we'll be able to just circle the nation, raising awareness for beds. Hi, Edward. Yeah, we are going to be set up at all the Texas A&M Aggie tailgates next to the, and what is the name of that organization? Sorry, guys. Aggie's Men's Alliance, that's what it is. The Aggie Men's Alliance, it's an organization that's been around for several years now. They're well known, and they have a tailgate spot that's pretty centralized. So they've agreed to reserve a spot next to them for us to set up a booth. So we are going to be at all the A&M football games. Got to support the Aggies. Let's see. Anybody got any questions? Anybody want to know anything about Ryan's challenge? Pretty transparent. I mean, I try to be as transparent as possible, and I really don't have anything to hide. So, ask me something deep. Hi, Emma. How are you doing? So, Emma Yasik is the founder of the Defy Foundation. It's another nonprofit in Pennsylvania that focuses on vascular Ehlers-Danlos research, and they're doing great things. They're the ones that set up the scientific meeting in Amsterdam in partnership with the Marfan's Foundation, and that's just fantastic. They have a 5K coming up, and it is in September, I believe. So if anybody's in Pennsylvania, make sure you check out Defy. They're great. Oh yeah, we're gonna be on the Fair on the Square in Huntsville, October, let's see, Fair on the Square. Let's see what day and what time that is. All right, now my computer's gonna go slow. Can everybody hear me? Forgot to put my microphone next to my mouth. All right. So the Fair on the Square is in 52 days, 12 hours, 59 minutes, and 11 seconds. We're going to have a booth set up, and it's in a pretty centralized location, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's going to be, let's see, it's going to be off of University Avenue, which is right next to the courthouse, I'm pretty sure. So, if y'all are in Huntsville and October 6th, come by. We'll have a booth set up, raising awareness. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to collect donations there or not, but anything will be there. September 8th is whenever the 5K is for the Defy Foundation. So everybody go out there. Hi Eric, how you doing? So basically I just recapped the past week whenever we did 3 interviews in 6 days, all in different cities, basically west of where we live. Hit El Paso, Austin, Abilene. I'm sure we could have gone to more places. It's just time constraints. Don't want to put too much stress on the kids. But so far this selfie challenge thing is just, it's rocking and rolling. We are going to need money though to go to the everywhere. Everything costs a lot. It's ridiculous, but it's what the world we live in. So all the donations that have come in recently. I can't thank y'all enough. Hi, Linda. Thanks for letting us stay at your house. Linda's one of my friend's moms. One of my friends that I've known ever since high school. She's always been fantastic. Took care of me before whenever I was sick. She's like another member of the family. So anyway, I don't know much else to say, but as soon as we figure out our next route across, hopefully we can get out of Texas a little bit, get into some of the other states, because, you know, it affects everybody equally. The numbers are not great right now on people being diagnosed, and really people need to know whether or not they have VEDS. So getting the word out there, because there's people that might be living with this condition wondering what's going on, and the doctors don't know what it is, and unless you do a genetic test, you ain't going to be able to find it. So getting the word out there, letting people know, it's huge. It's huge for the community, and hopefully we can continue this. But it's been about 30 minutes and I'm tired of rambling. I will see all y'all guys later. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna put this video on YouTube also, and hopefully we can find some people that aren't on Facebook that would want to watch this. If you search YouTube, it's just gonna be @CureVeg, just like all of our other stuff is. Search for that, because if you search for Ryan's Challenge, you're gonna find a guy or a little kid eating like 3-pound gummy bears and gummy worms. And yeah, so Ryan's Challenge on YouTube, don't look it up. Look up @CureVeds, and that's where you'll find all of our videos at the conference that we had. I guess that was in April, so really wasn't that long ago. It feels like it was about 2 years ago. So yeah, thanks everybody. Let's keep this tour going and get the word out there all over the country. Thanks again. Bye.